Major League Indoor Soccer.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Grand Sports Arena in Huffman Estates. My name is Tico Fernandez, alongside the gifted commentator, Teresa Limon. Teresa, good to see you. How you doing? I'm cold. How you doing?
I am happy to be here.
All right.
Obviously with great company like you yourself, Tico Fernandez.
Thank you very much.
Great being here, great being with the crowd, and especially with this blizzard. Well, I went extreme. It's not a blizzard yet, but this snowstorm that pretty much started all day today. We actually thank everyone who came out here to be part of this amazing game. We have a great match tonight, Tico. Two teams who are going to battle to try and go up on the position table, right? One team who's already had a match at home opener versus Rockford a couple weeks ago, and then we have from Toronto, Tico, just
right.
Not any team. Traveled all the way from Toronto, Canada. We have the Crusaders in the home of the Chicago Mustangs, who this would be their first match of the regular season of Major League Indoor Soccer, Tico.
And we gotta say that they made the trip all the way. They started this morning at 3 a.m. and they made it here to Chicago. They said, and the snow and such, but they're here. They're happy to be here. They're from Toronto, as you mentioned, the Canadian Crusaders. And we were talking very briefly to the head coach and the assistant coach. And the head coach happens to be from Guayaquil, Ecuador, very knowledgeable about the game. And the assistant coach for the Toronto is John Williams. We were, again, something redundant. We were talking to him a little bit about the game and the trip and stuff like that. And, you know, the customary warm welcome to Chicago.
Yes, Tico, that is correct. It's great having them here. We're going to have a back-to-back match. We have a game today, and we will have another game tomorrow, you know, taking advantage of that big trip they made all the way to Hoffman Estates. And, Tico, let me give you a little bit of information about both teams. So we have Chicago Mustangs coming in from a long, you know, kind of like a rest period. But you know what? They actually just had a scrimmage on Wednesday against a Friday night first-place team, which Imperial, you know, Gamboa decided to keep them a little bit activated, keep them going, and preparing them for today's match. And then on the other side, we actually have Crusaders who just had some signups. A very, very surprising dynamic duo have arrived to the Crusaders, and that's not the least, but number 18, Medi Escusi, and number 11, Andrea Scafano, who both of them very talented players, winners of the Ontario Gold. Both are from U of T, which is University of Toronto, and then a couple of players who have a lot of experience and are in national teams of Canada, but very interesting is they're national teams of Canada, but futsal.
Right.
You know, a little bit quicker, smaller ball, very, very similar to indoor. But you know what, Tico, one of the very interesting facts that Coach shared with us, and I was very surprised and amazed, is that in Canada, he said that one of the things that they have is that they do have an indoor facility, but they don't use any boards. And they have a long field, right, where they could play 9v9, 11v11, but they do not have the small field with boards. So you know what, that kind of helps the whole futsal aspect to come into play. But you know what, it's quick passes. So a very interesting fact, and we'll see if we see that kind of play inside the game of the Crusaders.
I saw that, or I heard rather, eavesdropped on the conversation that you had with the coach, that the throw-ins, it could be kicked or it could be served with your hands. So that from the game of futsal, I know a little bit about it. Not too much, of course, like the coach does, but very interesting points to bring. And they're happy to be here. We are happy to be here as well at Grand Sports Arena in Hoffman Estates. And we can't wait. We got a few minutes yet. We got to pay some bills, and then we're gonna be right back with you. Don't go away, please.
Major League Indoor Soccer. Soccer.
Deberían de tener
You know what I love about this? By the way, welcome back to Grand Sports Arena. How rude of me, just drop in on you folks like that. We're going to invite you to play along, follow us along on the broadcast of Alling Technology, directed by Enrique Mendoza. And what I love about these games, Teresa, is the last-minute details, such as pronunciations from the Canadian part and pronunciations for the Mustangs, just to make sure that we pronounce them right. Because there is coach was saying that there's 3 from the continent Africa. We have Guatemala, we have Ecuadorian and the Canadian team, and the Crusaders. Who else that is case with the countries? It's a whole mixture of countries. We come along during the game. We're going to be bringing them to you. Well, as we stated, we're in Grand Sports Arena. Canadian Crusaders are the visiting team, obviously, and the Chicago Mustangs, the home team, directed by Armando Gamboa. They're more than ready to put on a show. And let me ask you something, Teresa, as customary, as I always do. Are you ready?
Of course, Tico, we're currently ready for this. It's game time. You did give us a great point, getting everything prep. You know, the last words. I'm looking at the team right now, Canadian Crusaders, and they're giving the last instructions to the players. And obviously, these are the little details that are very important. It's either you understand the style, the formation, how you're supposed to go out there and play against the Chicago Mustangs, or last opportunity for the head coach to polish up the most details. It is very hard for players to look back into the coaching and try and get instructions from them if they already have a set style of play, But you know what? I understand that players are also known to find solutions to any situation that will arise from the rival team, correct? So this is not something new. This is something players, that's where they are in this league, the major indoor soccer league, that we know that they're professionals. They had a lot of experience. This is something they're good at. This is what they're known for, and that's why they're here, both teams. A great league. We've had spectacular matches. We just saw last night the Rockford match versus Summit City, and well, let's go and see what this game has for us tonight.
All right, everybody, welcome to Grand Sports Arena. How you doing? I can hear you. All right, we got the train. Watch out for the train. Welcome to Grand Sports Arena, everybody. Now let's start with the protocols by welcoming the visiting team to the pitch. The Canadian Crusaders, coached by Lorenzo Redwood. assisted by John Williams. And the roster for the Canadian Crusaders are number 1, goalkeeper backstage next side. Defender number 2, Daniel Shamale. Defender number 4, Tim Mahabir. Defender number 20, Nolan Karuta. Midfield number 7, Osman Hussein. Midfielder number 8, Wasim Rahimi. Midfielder number 18, Mehdi Pusa. Forward number 9, Darius Cooper. Forward number 11, Andrea Shifan. Defender number 15, Jason Alvarado. And the starting lineup for the Canadian Crusader: in goal, wearing number 30, Philip Sendelek. Wearing number 17, Eugene Sykes. Wearing number 3, defender Jared Phillip. Midfielder wearing number 10, Sebastian Lopez. Midfielder number 22, Raheem Rose. Forward number 23, Leaford Allen. And now, here we go, folks. Let's put your hands together to welcome your Chicago Mustangs. Wearing number 49, goalkeeper Dennis Aragon. Wearing number 14, defender Christopher Garcia. Wearing number 5, defender Sergi Warsinak. Defender wearing number 31, Luis Marquez. Wearing number 24 in midfield, Stefan Selinovic. Midfield number 84, Jose Matute. Forward number 27, Jorge Ochoa. Forward number 34, Eduardo Nava. Forward number 23, Christopher Correa. Defender number 13, Aaron Vicario. Midfield number 6, Alex Gillian. In here, let's welcome the starting lineup for your Chicago Mustangs. Number 48, goalkeeper Jose Resendiz. Wearing number 28, defender Hernan Garcia. Defender number 17, Jose Ibarra. Midfielder wearing number 22, Dario Gamboa. Midfielder number 8, Gabriel Jurado. Forward number 21, Alejandro Morales. The Chicago Mustangs are coached by Armando Gamboa, assisted by Ernesto Correa and Ricardo Arroyo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of the Canadian National Anthem by Simon Kentish.
Christmas.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing if you're able for the singing of the American National Anthem by Tom Kentish. All right. Everybody out there ready for some great action from Grand Sports Arena? The Canadian Crusaders are visiting us against your Chicago Mustangs. Teresa, how you feel? How you doing? Again, I salute you cordially.
Hi, Tico. It's welcome. It's great to be here tonight at Grand Sports Arena. What a very, very spectacular introduction we just had. We just had the Canadian National Anthem followed by the American National Anthem. Just a reminder for out there, the fans, we will have a great match tonight between Chicago Mustangs and the Canadian Crusaders, who are from Toronto, Canada. Tico, the only team from Canada that's being represented.
Yes, indeed. They're going to be here tonight. As Teresa mentioned on the top of the broadcast, we've got to follow up tomorrow, an early game. So if you can make it today, the invitation is on the table to join us here at Grand Sports Arena in Hoffman Estates. It's centrally located, so you can get in by air, by boat, and by bus if you wish. No, I'm just kidding.
No, and I was about to say, I was thinking you were going to say scooter, but I was going to say, wait, hold on. I think the scooters will be stuck in the snow.
I can't get on the scooter. It will not spin.
No,
but anyway,
with all this snow, I think it will get stuck on the way here.
A snowmobile is a different thing, but I mean, we got a great game on board. It's already ready to cook. It's on the stove. They say paella. The paella is ready. I'm already thinking about food. Jesus Christ. But anyway, let's focus on the game, Tico. And the Crusaders are ready. So are the Mustangs. They're already waiting. Let's see who's going to start this great contest. The referees are already ready to go. They got the ball. And let's see. Chicago going to move? No. The Crusaders are going to move by number 23. Alan Leaford.
You know the press is coming.
So Alan Leaford is going to put the game officially on the boards. We got 15 quarters. There you go. There's the whistle. It was a false start, but it was just Crusaders moving the ball in their own half. Attacking, passing midfield. The Mustangs, Leaford recoups. He shoots and goes closer to 70. Goal! What they call a locker room goal by the Crusaders. And they're on the board 1-0. Not even 17 seconds, they're already on the board.
what a great shot we just saw from number 7 from Crusaders. What a spectacular opportunity for them right away, putting the team right up on the scoreboard. Currently, we have enough time. Please don't shake up, Tico. Chicago Mustangs has a lot of time to come right back, but you know they have to keep focused. They do not need to allow just a quick start from the Crusaders to kind of disrupt their formation.
There was a shot by the Mustangs. A great defense by the Crusaders and sending that ball. On a kick in. It's going to be executed by number 8 for the Chicago Mustangs. Gabriel Jurado. He's going to shoot with the left foot. There's action. There's a shot on the goalie for Philip Sendelek. Negates the Mustangs on that first opportunity to go. Sendelek picks the ball up, rolls it up like playing bowling. Right back to the goalie. Crusaders. Well, we got 14 minutes. I mean, this thing started early with the fireworks all the way from Toronto. Toronto applying the pressure up front. Going left. Hesitating a little bit. Goes back. We see teammate number 16. There's a change of personnel very briefly. There's a shot. A goalie by Jose Resendiz. It's right in there. It's came back by number 22, Dario Gamboa. It's a fight for the ball. Not a fight, but a contest for the ball. There was a foul in the process. We're talking about the last game, number 31 for the Chicago Mustangs. He's very gifted with the left or right foot, and he controls the midfield and the defense, and he's got the ball right now.
Yeah, so coach just made a very a change in the defensive line, but a great opportunity here for number 31 from the Mustangs, Luis Marquez, a very competitive and very experienced player. We saw him in last match versus Rockford Thunder. Pretty much was the leader, kind of controlling their sides and their midfielders. But let's see what he has tonight, along with his goalkeeper. That they've been having great communication in trying to get their team up and letting them know if there's a defender from the rival team coming up behind.
What I notice about Luis is that he invites the contact. He invites the competition. There's a breakaway for the Canadian Crusaders. Jose Resendiz in goal right away. There's a ball up there. Be careful. Moving right in front of his goal post. Marquez with the ball, number 31. For Chicago Mustangs decides to go. There's a little pause on the pitch. So change of personnel for the players for the Chicago Mustangs. Crusaders take the ball right back. Goes to the goalie, Philip. Right away, he spreads the ball to number 4, Tim Mahabir. Ball up ahead. Marquez with the ball on defense. Gave by number 22 by the Canadian Crusaders. Goes on the attack. The referee let it play, let it go on. Here comes the Mustangs. There was a trip by number 2, and the referee was right there to let the folks know that Daniel Chamale was the one that committed the foul. Number 14 for Chicago Mustangs is going to put the ball in play, Christopher Garcia. He's hesitating, not hesitating, but he's a little tardy, bouncing right back, and he does. That was number 27 for the Chicago Mustangs. Jorge Ochoa. Marquez in front of the ball. There's 2 on the wall. He shoots, hits the wall. Resendiz goes. He picks that ball in his own territory. Spreads the field to the right side. Puts the ball, and there you go. There's the first test For the visiting goalie, he comes out with flying Canadian colors.
Great opportunity that Jorge Ochoa, number 27 of the Chicago Mustangs, tried to take the first shot for the team, but currently was blocked by the goalkeeper, number 30, Philip Zemlik, who was really aware and very ready, focused in this game to trying to be ready to try and cover his goal and protect it. Currently we see the Canadian Crusaders off to a good start, attacking right away, but the Chicago Mustangs need to try and control the ball, take possession of this game to try to move forward, connect those pieces that they love to play wide. Chicago Mustangs loves to play wide, and at this moment we could just see that the Canadian Crusaders have been blocking those spaces and trying to win the ball first, anticipate those passes, and that's how they've been winning the ball in the last couple of minutes, 5 minutes into the game. And we will see what Chicago Mustangs, what solution, what formation or style they're going to bring it in to try and move the ball forward beyond the half of the field.
Yes, indeed. What I've noticed is that neither team is giving an inch to the other half, which is going to make a great ingredient for a game, but it's already the Canadians rung the bell in the first 17 seconds of the game. So they're up 1-0. That doesn't mean that the Mustangs are not trying to even the score. Resendiz with the ball. Connects with the right side. With the ball, the right side. There was a block on the play. And the referee says play on. Couple of 8s.
Secure the ball!
Numbered, that is, on their jerseys fighting for the ball. Well, every now and again you're going to hear very loud commentary because we're right next to the Crusaders bench. So we welcome that. And speaking of welcome, is anybody saying hello yet, Teresa?
Currently we have Jerry Perez, 1960, giving him a thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for commenting as well. We currently have 130 watchers currently watching this game, and all the other ones who are trying to get in. We are ready. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this broadcast live from from Grand Sports Arena right here, right now. This is a very, very great match tonight. We currently have the Chicago Mustangs, who, you know, one of the players that I'm very interested to see come out and has been very, very quiet is the number 8. He was wearing the number 10 in the last game. Today he's wearing number 8, Gabriel Jurado, who has 3 goals of this season to begin with last match. And not only that, number 34, Eduardo Nava, with 3 goals. Let's see if those 2 players show up to tonight's game. Right now it's very early towards the game, and obviously we know that Canadian Crusaders have been analyzing the Chicago Mustangs because currently they have been blocking, they have been closing down those spaces. The minute Chicago Mustangs gain that ball right away, you have 3 very organized falling back to reorganize themselves to kind of regain possession of the ball.
Oh my God! I'm telling you, this is fun. This is fun to watch these 2 teams fight for control of the ball, cleanly that is. And we got 7 minutes and 52 seconds left on the first period of play. 1-0, the Canadian up on the scoreboard. There comes the train, Teresa. There's a shot, blocked by defense for the Chicago Mustangs. I believe number 3 is coach, if my memory serves me right, he's from Senegal. Number 3 for the Crusaders. We'll double check that in a few minutes. Right now, Canada, Toronto, recouping the ball. Dimension number 3 passes right to his fellow team player, number 10, right back to 3. On his dorsal, that's Jared Phillips. Jared Phillips, very involved in the early game. Right back to Sebastian Lopez. Sebastian Lopez right on the right-hand side to number 16. Sends the ball. Looks up. Where are the train tracks at, Teresa? I keep watching out for did I cross the train tracks or what?
Well, I'm actually looking around while you're talking. I'm like, where's that coming from? But, it's, and you know what, Tico? I'm going to do a shout out to all the fans from Canadian Crusaders who are showing up in tonight's broadcast. We actually want to say hello to all of you back over there in Toronto. And, give us a comment. Like, are you guys also having this snowstorm? Because currently here in Hoppin Estates, we are covered by snow, but that does not stop us from enjoying a great game of indoor soccer. So let me give a hello, special greens to Mechaning, let's go. Rick Star 15, Go Toronto. HX823, why, hello there. You were in last night's broadcast as well. Hello from Cleveland, Crunch Territory. Glad to see fans from other teams joining us tonight as well. Luis Marquez, 6367, giving you a thank you for coming out into the live broadcast. Brian Bustamante, 2975, Casa West FC. Let's go, boys. Thank you for cheering out for the teams. Rick Star 15, you guys got more snow than us right now. Oh, wow. There's not a lot of snow in Canada right now.
There isn't?
No, we finally have more snow than Toronto. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but okay.
I was going to say that's where it started. They can have it back. The snow, that is.
Yeah, Oliver B518081 or 81I, Chicago, let's go. Good job, Oliver. Thank you for cheering on for the Chicago Mustangs. Leslie Yarwood, 6030, go Toronto. Thank you, guys. Shout out over there to Toronto, Canada. Very nice. I actually had the opportunity
Indeed.
I actually, while I was working in the women's side, I actually was able to go to Toronto at the BMO Stadium.
Yes, it's a beautiful.
In a match, Canada women's soccer versus Mexico. Great match, great outcome, great people, very welcoming. Love Toronto.
Not to make a free. Well, I'm going to make a free commercial, but there's a chain of supermarkets and gas stations. I can't think of the name, but when we went to Canada, that's where everywhere if they can help us with that name for a free commercial. Hope the boss, the producer, doesn't get me in trouble, or I don't get in trouble with the producer.
Fernando Gutierrez, 4119. Hello from Toronto. There's a lot of viewers from Toronto,
welcome.
Canada. Thank you. Welcome. Hope you guys enjoy this broadcast right now. We actually have the Crusaders right next to us, believe it or not. Who the players are discussing, trying to figure out a formula or a tactic to try and get on there. Well, currently we have the Canadian Crusaders up 1-0. Chicago Mustangs. John J204. Chicago and Toronto are both great cities. Yes, a lot of people, Tico, they say they're very similar cities. I think, Tico, you have to head out there sometime to kind of see if you think Toronto is a little similar to Chicago.
I've been there. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Very, very nice. Toronto with the ball. Marquez on the attack. There's a long ball for Toronto on the left-hand side of the pitch. Number 22 trying to resolve that. That's Raheem Rose for the Canadian team. Their jerseys are red with black sleeves. That reminds me of Liga Deportiva Alajuelense in my native Costa Rica.
La Liga.
Which I'm not a fan of. I'm a sapricista. But,
man, Tico, I'm a fan of La Liga.
Mustangs with the ball, right back to Resendiz. Resolves with his right foot, sends it upstairs, sends it downfield. Resendiz again with the ball. Have you noticed that the Crusaders, every time it goes deep, they seem to go right for the contact, like that play, which is great. It's rough, it's hard, but clean. Watch out for the train again. The Canadians on the attack, but here comes the Mustangs. There's a ball shot with his left foot by number 22, Raheem Rose. The action all on the right-hand corner, right-hand oval. There's a foul on the play.
Yeah.
That was a hard foul on the right foot.
That was a hard foul. It was actually a little touch right behind the calf. But he's slowly getting up. Canadian Crusaders slowly getting up. There was a substitution coming in to sub so he could recover from that small hit. But you know what, Tico? This is very important right now. Chicago Mustangs has had difficulties in the first touch, and that's very important key to the game of indoor soccer. We know it's very important, the first touch. Once you do a first touch, you could lose the ball right away, and you could have a breakaway or a counter-attack from the rival team. It has, in the last couple of minutes, had a hard time trying to cover the game.
The Crusaders are moving the ball, but there was a little trickle on that play. Resendiz with the ball. He's going to start with his left defender. He's asking his players to take it easy down the field. Right back to Jose Resendiz. Buela. Right back. Trying to strategize something. There's a scoop on the ball that goes by the goalie, Philip Sendelek. Puts the ball on the ground. Looks forward. There was a switch on that play. Mustangs on the attack by number 22. He shots! Goal! Goal by number 34, Eduardo Nava. 1-1. When we had 3 minutes 27 seconds left in this first period of play. This thing is all tied up.
Great opportunity, great intake and ambition, and the determination by number 34, Eduardo Nava, who sees the Crusaders open up right away. Defense open up, gave him a path, and he said, you know what, I'm taking it. Goes right through the middle, takes that shot, and puts up his team right up on 1. This game is tied, Tico. Great opportunity, great outcome, good initiative from Chicago Mustangs. Now, Tico, I think this is going to turn around.
We have ourselves a game. That's Toronto's ball. He's going to put in the goalie. He's going to put it in play, and he does. Have you noticed, Teresa? I'm trying to sit, get up, get up, and you're comfortably seating. You're so cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to stand up, but you know what? This game has, at the beginning, I could see both teams playing very cautiously, very trying to see, kind of analyze each other. We saw the Crusaders come in right away to attack, while we have Mustangs who had a little bit of difficulty trying to reorganize and keep possession of the ball and control it. But you know what? After this goal from number 34 from the Mustangs, Eduardo Nava, we start seeing a little bit more motivated Chicago Mustangs. They got it together. They're trying to organize, and they've been communicating. They're communicating, trying to move the ball around quickly before the defense comes back and to reorganize themselves. That's the way I believe that the Mustangs might get off guard, capture off guard, off track the defense of the Crusaders, who have been doing a great job recovering back once they lose the ball.
Marquez tried to go with the ball on that one, but he was fouled right away. The ball now rests with the Crusaders goalie. He puts it in play right away. All the action right in front of our broadcast booth, conducted by number 2 for the Canadian team. We got Daniel Chamale. The goalie gets on the action. He goes forward a little bit. Canadian, there's a goal. Goal for the Crusaders. And this thing goes 2-1 when there's 2 minutes and 1 second left on the first period of play. Canada goes up by 1.
Yeah, goal scored by number 4, Tim Habir, who's actually playing defensively and followed the empty space and snuck up through the middle and getting into the box and received a great pass from his teammate and right away put it away. Great shot, great opportunity, took advantage of it. Now we have Canadian Crusaders up 2, Chicago Mustangs 1. And Tico, what a, besides having snow out there, that didn't keep away from the Chicago Mustangs fans coming into this great facility, Grand Sports Arena, that, it's very cozy. I really love actually when we have to do the broadcast here is because the staff is welcoming, the players coming to greet us right out there. I actually ran into a couple and said that if everything was okay, I was having a hard time getting out of my car, but they were right there and helping me out, making sure I wasn't caught in the snow. Great atmosphere right there. We give a shout out to the Vice President of Chicago Mustangs, Xochitl, who's very, very focused right now watching the game as we speak, and obviously the coaching staff from Chicago Mustangs, who's done an incredible job with this club. And not only this, Tico, but did you know they actually have youth club? They have the Chicago Mustangs Youth Club, and we might have, hopefully, later on at halftime, we might have one of the players who are currently part of this Chicago Mustangs program. And you know what? That's the future. They're building up a future for the Chicago Mustangs.
That's good. That's good. That's the future of the sport here in the U.S. and around the world. Canada with the ball. Up on the score when this first period play, it's coming to an end. Canada on the attack. He shoots. Jose Resendi somehow deters the ball on the trajectory that he had. 33 seconds. 33 seconds left on the first period play. Canada on a foul. Number 3 in front of it, alongside number 16 for the Canadian team. With Philip, I think they're gonna let this first period end. No, they're still moving the ball. Do you have number 16 on your roster there for the Crusaders, Teresa?
Unfortunately, we do not, but
I'll ask the coach here in a few milliseconds. There's the end. There is the end of the first period of play. We're going to go and pay some bills. We'll be right back.
Major League Indoor Soccer.
Señoras y señores, estamos de vuelta con todos y cada uno de ustedes. Mi nombre es Tico Fernández, compartiendo micrófonos con la extraordinaria Teresa Limón. Teresa, partido bastante intenso en estos primeros 15 minutos en Grand Sports Arena en Hoffman Estates, en una gélida noche, pero aquí estamos con el calor del fútbol de la MLIS.
Así es, un gran partido estamos viendo. Posiblemente puedo decir que estoy un poco sorprendida, Tico. No me esperaba este marcador en el primer cuarto, pero bueno, se le ha dificultado un poco el Chicago Mustangs poder salir al ataque, y las oportunidades que ha tenido las han aprovechado. Ha estado muy cerca del marcador, el poder subir un poquito los puntos dentro del marcador, pero los que han tenido más que suficiente ahorita en estos momentos, Tico, ya que no están muy lejos del marcador, solamente abajo por un solo punto, pero por ahí veo un poquito desorganización en la comunicación en esa salida. Pero bueno, estoy segura que el profesor Armando Gamboa tuvo una plática durante estos minutos de descanso que tuvieron en poder reformar, estructurar y poder encontrar esos espacios que han cerrado Canadian Crusaders por el momento. Un equipo muy sorprendente para ser el primer partido de la temporada. La verdad, esperaba un poquito desubicados al equipo contrario, ya que nos mencionó el director técnico que no cuentan con unas canchas similar a las que hay aquí dentro de Grand Sports Arena, que no tienen paredes. Y todo esto, yo estaba pensando que quizás el uso de las paredes, el no saber calcularle ese golpe para utilizar como otra persona.
Gol, 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 gol. Chicago Mustangs. Esto se igualó, las tablas se igualaron y está 2-2 el marcador digital. Es lo que dice.
Qué gran gol de parte del número 8, Gabriel Jurado, cuarto gol de esta temporada, primer gol de este partido. La fortaleza de ese gol se fue entre las piernas de Philip Sendelek, el número 30 de parte de Canadian Crusaders. No la vio, se confió de que iba a tener la posición del balón, pudo haber atajado ese balón, pero bueno, la posición que el arquero tuvo, el de no tener respaldo, el cuerpo detrás del balón, pasa entre los pies de este jugador. Y bueno, estamos hablando ya un partido empatado, y como estaba platicando, este era el momento, este es el momento que Chicago Mustangs debe de recuperar, enfocarse, la mentalidad como también la táctica que sabemos que trae en el partido, que lo vimos en el primer partido de este estadio. Y bueno, al parecer ya están de regreso los chicos de Chicago Mustangs.
La pelota está en movimiento por intermedio del equipo de casa, el Chicago Mustangs, que se va al ataque por el sector de la derecha, dominando el balón perfectamente. Abra, cambia para el número 22 en su dorsal y ataca el equipo de casa, paseando la pelota en el ecuador de la cancha atrás, apoyándose con su golero José Reséndiz. José Reséndiz hacia Márquez titubea en el servicio. El balón va para el portero, quien manda un trazo largo por el sector de la izquierda. Al ataque va el Chicago Mustangs, que está empatado en el marcador. Donde quiera que usted nos haga el favor de sintonizarnos. ¡Gol! Gol, 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 gol. Mustangs. Cuéntemelo, Teresa, cuéntemelo.
Qué gran gol, un pase utilizando la pared, llega a los pies de este gran jugador que lo remata justo al lado derecho, donde Philip Sendelek no vio pasar el balón, número 30 de Canadian Crusaders. ponen el marcador arriba. Chicago Mustangs 3, Canadian Crusaders 2.
La pelota está en movimiento por el intermedio del equipo de visita. En su propio territorio, alza la cabeza el jugador de Toronto. La comunica a ras de piso con el número 22 que suelta un trayazo, pero muy bien. Estaba ubicada la defensa del equipo de casa. Chicago Mustangs se va al ataque por el sector diestro. Viene la pelota cuando faltan 12 minutos con 44 segundos de este segundo periodo de juego. El digital dice 3-2 el marcador a favor del equipo de casa. Triangulando muy bien ahorita está el equipo de visita en su propio territorio. Pasa al ecuador de la cancha. Ahí mismito en el ombligo del mismo. Pelota ahora hacia atrás con el golero Philip. Con el número 30 en su dorsal. Alza su cabeza. Comunica la pelota por el sector de la izquierda. Pelota dominada. La estrella en el vidrio. Que también juega. Se viene la defensa del equipo de Mustangs cortándole el ataque. Ataca a Toronto, sector de la izquierda. Viene. Mira por dónde. Hacia atrás con el jugador número 22, Raheem Rose. Raheem Rose la deja a su golero Philip. Manda un bombazo que se pega en la net y es un saque de portería que le pertenece al equipo de casa que va a cobrar José Reséndiz, el vuela, golero estelarísimo del equipo de casa. La pelota da un pique y se va fuera del terreno de juego, originando un saque que le pertenece al equipo de Crusaders. El equipo de Toronto la va a poner en movimiento el número 22 para el equipo rojo y negro. Pelota bombeada ahí en el ombliguito de la cancha. Recupera a Mustang con un par de patitos en su espalda. El número 22 para el equipo de casa. Sigue ahora recuperando. Quiere enfriar el balón un poquitito para organizar bien la jugada. El número 14 del equipo de casa. Manda, bombea el balón. En peligro se va. Pero sale el golero diciendo: esta pelota es mía, Teresa.
Gran actuación en estos momentos de parte de Chicago Mustangs, un equipo que ya se ha reorganizado. El liderazgo del número 8 en estos momentos por el día de hoy, Gabriel Jurado, hablando, comunicándose con sus compañeros, tratando de abrir esa cancha, usar los costados y bueno, cuando haya oportunidad ir por la parte central de la cancha. Y bueno, estamos viendo un poquito el ajuste, donde en cuanto vemos que usan los laterales, tratan de utilizar esa pared como un pase para poder entrar hacia la parte central y poder rematar como otra opción. Pero bueno, vamos a ver si calcula Canadian Crusaders esta nueva táctica que ha presentado el profe Armando Gamboa, que hasta el momento está funcionando, ha dado más oportunidades y estamos viendo Chicago Mustangs más con posesión de balón.
Toronto ataca, Chicago defiende, va una pelota cuchareada ahí al área donde está Reséndiz, pero quiere acomodar la jugada el equipo de Toronto. Recupera el número 22, Raheem Rose para el equipo rojo. Entra a los linderos de el área de trabajo de José Reséndiz y se escucha un silbato a la distancia. Están detenidas las acciones. Veo a José Reséndiz acuclillado ahí en su área. Parece que se llevó un golpe, pero el árbitro consulta con él y le dice que todo está bien y por ende se pone la pelota en movimiento. José Reséndiz domina el balón y manda a su equipo arriba. Cambia completamente la panorámica de el estadio, o la arena, mejor dicho, del Grand Sports Arena en Hoffman Estates. Y le reiteramos el saludazo cordial hasta el otro lado de la frontera, hasta Canadá. Vaya, el saludazo desde Chicago, precisamente Hoffman Estates. Bombazo ahí que atajó muy bien, receptó el golero de Canadá, Phillips Sendelag, manda al ataque a su equipo, responde ahí Márquez, le da un empujón, no puede creer que le pitaron ese foul en su contra y es un tiro libre del equipo rojo. Todavía siguen discutiendo con el árbitro y lo que yo siempre he dicho, que discutir con un árbitro es como discutir con un policía.
De acuerdo, o sea, el discutir con un árbitro no va a cambiar la jugada o decir, ya sabes, tienes razón, no fue ninguna falta, pero bueno, hay que respetar, por algo están ahí, han estudiado los árbitros y pues también se pueden equivocar, ¿no? Entonces, vamos a ver qué sucede ahora, cómo reacciona Canadian Crusaders.
Sebastián López ataca, Resendiz defiende, pega en el base de la cabaña de Resendiz. Muy bien el equipo, defendiéndose como gato panza arriba, bombeado hacia allá arriba, pero no había ninguno de uniforme rojo. El equipo de casa dominando el esférico, Sergi Washington para el equipo de casa. Viendo por dónde se apoya atrás con su golero José Resendiz. Viene, titubea, baila, póngale cumbia a eso, porque ahora José Resendiz resuelve de un patadón, pierna derecha a 3/4 de cancha. Viene ahora Sebastián López para el equipo de Canadá. La pelota fuera del terreno de juego y ese balón le pertenece al equipo de visita, al Toronto Canadian Crusaders, o Canadian Crusaders, originario de Toronto. Pelota dividida, la va a poner López en movimiento. Le dice a sus muchachos que vayan arriba. Viene. Pierna derecha, juega ras de piso. Va a soltar el trayazo, no prefiere apoyarse con la pared, que también juega. Es un jugador extra. Ataca a Mustang, pero ahí está el número 16, Eugene, defendiendo para el equipo de Canadá. Pelota ras de piso. La juega el jugador número 7 en su dorsal, Osman Hussein. Viene, quiebra cintura Eugene, muy bien, se acuerpa, tapa la pelota. Pelota dividida, resuelve con pierna derecha hacia atrás. Ataca a Toronto. López haciéndole señas a sus jugadores que vayan arriba, cucharea la pelota, espera que pegue en el piso. Hay un forcejeo ahí, duro pero limpio, de parte de ambos jugadores. La pelota ahorita está con Eugene en el sector de Canadá. Pasa el ecuador de la cancha, cerquitita a la semiluna, un trayazo ahí que pega arriba en la net. Es un saque de portería que va a poner en movimiento el golero José Resendiz.
Así ambos equipos piden tiempo, y en estos momentos a los que nos están justo llegando a esta programación, muchísimas gracias a todos ustedes, un gran saludo. Si no salgan, no se preocupen, pueden ver el partido a todo color, todo en vivo, aquí justo con Teresa Limón, su servidora, y mi gran amigo Tico Fernández. Estamos aquí listos para poder transmitirle la vibra, este gran espectáculo, esta intensidad de partido. Y quiero darle un gran saludo a Rodrigo López Gallego, que está sintonizando, que por ahí hace un comentario: vamos Toronto. Denise Garduno, let's go Chicago, una aficionada del número 13 de Chicago Mustangs. Leslie Redwood, muchísimas gracias, thank you so much for the update on the name of the player, un jugador que por ahí nos dijo cómo realmente se llama el número 16. Oliver, muchas gracias por los saludos, que es aficionado de Resendiz de Chicago Mustangs. Y bueno, Chris Osornio 3883, Let's Go Streamwood Boys, que también está sintonizando, fanático del fútbol bajo techo. Y también tenemos HX823, que justo estuvo en el partido de ayer, que nos estuvo dando el seguimiento, y él es muy fanático, por cada vez que deja sus comentarios es un gran fanático de Cleveland.
So let's switch it up now to the English version of this broadcast, or this broadcast. Technology. I love it. There was a circuit right in the brain when I tried to put it in gear. But anyway, here we are. It's a great game so far. We got 3-2 game. Mustangs is going to put the ball in play by the goalie Jose Resendiz. Marquez, he waits patiently. I think that's his trade, isn't it? To invite the other player to counterattack, and then he resolves.
Yes,
it's a great strategy, though.
Yeah, he did in the last match against Rockford Thunder, a very experienced player. And Tico, that usually happens when a player has so much time playing with this lovely game, playing at different types of levels, different countries, different teams, different strategies.
There's a goal! Goal by the Crusaders by number 22, Raheem Rose. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a game. A game indeed. Very interesting. They scored first, Mustangs tied up, so on and so forth to the present, 3-3.
Yes, number 32, great shot, carrying it from the left side of the field, and right away passes to his teammate, who uses the wall as support and does a pass to the player right through the middle. Number 22, great opportunity, great set play, very great combination, and Resendiz falls for the side, who thought the shot was going to come from the left side, but right away used the wall to do an angle pass to number 22, Mr. Rose, who actually puts it in and puts his team up once again, tying this game. Chicago Mustangs 3, Canadian Crusaders 3.
You know that the wall is the unknown player, right? That plays in every game. Okay. Toronto on the attack, the red team in the attack. On the right flank, there's a ball. Try to put that scoop up. Marquez goes on the attack for Chicago Mustangs. There's a shot on 2 times, and the last one was a header. Canada on the attack. Crusaders, that is. Mustangs. Canada on the attack. Great defense by the Chicago Mustangs by number 14. Great defense. Christopher Garcia. Marquez try to flicks that ball up there. Lopez scoops it up there. Resendiz very attentive in his cabana back there. Toronto with the ball by number 2, Daniel Chamale. The ball to the player right in front of us, number 22. There's a cross ball. Resendiz scoops it up from the pitch and rolls it right away on the left flank to number 17. Tall player, very gifted for the Chicago Mustangs. My eyes are deceiving me. No, Jose Ibarra, I beg your pardon. Resendiz goes on the attack. Shoots it up with the right. Watch out, there's no goalie. But Ibarra, a little hip work there and takes the ball away. Pick his pocket. Resendiz. Ibarra. A long scoop. Right to the cauldron. A great speed by number 9. Puts it up with the tip of his right foot. And Resendiz has no problem scooping it up. Chicago on the attack. Hits the wall. Crosses the ball. Chicago still knocking on the door. Someone's knocking at the door. And that is Chicago. Mustangs, that is. 3-3. There's a shot, hits the wall right in front of the Canadian goalie. Ball to the middle. That was close. Right back the other way. A seesaw battle, which I love. Neither team is giving nothing. Absolutely nothing. They give, the other one takes. The other one takes, the other one takes it right away, which I love, the action on the pitch. There's a player drop momentarily, but Jose Resendiz, great wall. Defensively, Mustangs recoups. Scoops it up, Ibarra on a ping pong ball. Canada is insisting on the attack resiliently. Ibarra signal his player to go up there, but Canada is defending. Toronto is defending. Should I say very well or very nicely?
Well, actually, both teams are having a great initiative and activity right there, playing defense. Great defensively and also as well offensively. Both teams are going back and forth, and this field, actually the intensity has gone up. The Chicago Mustangs are out there a little bit more aggressive. Both teams are going at each other, but very cleanly, except right now that we actually have a blue card.
We got a blue card. Somebody is going to the hot box. Somebody's going to the hot box for 2 minutes. And it seems to be the guilty party is the men in red. There's a yellow card. Whoa, this thing is getting a little bit hot.
That is correct. Both teams need to make sure they stay focused. They can't let this match slip through their hands. And this is ability. It's also a mental game, Tico. Each team, maybe one loses a player and then tries to go at it verbally, and then the other team jumps back into that same level. This is something that could hurt both teams, but at this moment they're down a player of both teams, and someone's going to have to take an initiative and take everything they got. Take the ability to be able to be formatting, kind of counter-attacking, kind of making sure this is the time, Tico, where they could actually take advantage and try and find an open space. It's a bigger field for both teams right now, and both teams could take advantage of this opportunity, especially the home team, who's very well known on playing side to side, transitioning players, making runs, making open spaces. We'll see what Chicago Mustangs will be doing in the next 2 minutes. Right before the second quarter ends.
You know what I like? It's to watch the coaches and do their strategy on the clipboard or the chalkboard, or plan their plays. You go here, you go there, you defend here, you defend there. And the ball, we're still waiting who's going to put it in play. I believe it's the Chicago Mustangs. They are going to put it in play by way of Ibarra, which he does. Right away the ball is distributed to the left-hand side of the pitch. There's a shot, and the goalie, Philip Sendelek for the Crusaders, comes up with the ball. Chicago on the attack on the right-hand side of the pitch, on the oval pitch of Grand Sports Arena, Huffman Estates. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm going to start sending some shout-outs your way in a couple of seconds when we got 1 minute, 23 seconds left. Canada on the attack. A lonesome player. 3 players defend. Right back. Planning the attack. Lopez, number 22. He shoots it up. Came out empty on that little one. That little play. Raheem Rose. Almost no power on that shot.
Yeah, his teammates were screaming at him because he should have taken that shot right away on the first touch. Once he received the ball coming from the inside, he had time to right away just put it away instead of taking multiple touches on that ball. But great opportunity for Chicago Mustangs. They were able to recover the ball and go straight back into attacking mode, and they need to take advantage of the opportunity that there's only 4 players on the field plus the goalie, and these times the field actually is bigger once you have players down with a player, the field becomes bigger, wider for them, more running around. But you could run as much as possible and go as fast as you can, but the smart play is what it's all about, making sure that you go into the empty spaces, making sure you look to those spaces in order to position yourself to receive the ball and try and attack right away.
That is the end of the quarter. We're going to go and pay some bills. Be right back with you.
Major League Indoor Soccer. MLIS.
All right, everybody. That train horn, every time it blows, is scared the beats out of me. But We right here on the pitch. We got the future with us. Chicago Mustangs future U15. Who do we have here? Who do we have here? Talk to me, boys. Right over there. Talk to Teresa, or talk to me.
So
identify yourself.
So we currently have the U15 Chicago Mustangs team, Tico, right here. 2 star players for the Mustangs, a 2-11, and right here on my right side, wearing a black Chicago Mustangs. I actually love that shirt. And what's your name?
Jezreel.
And what position do you play for the Mustangs?
Well, I play left back, right mid, or right wing.
Great, offensively. And right there, wearing the white jersey.
You? Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
I play defensively. I play as a center back.
You play defense?
I play defense.
Are you good?
Amazing.
What kind of amazing? Is that what you said?
Yes.
I like that. I like that. He's amazing. All right. How long have you been playing?
Soccer?
Yes.
I've been playing since I was 9.
9 years old?
Correct.
All right. What about you?
I've been playing since like little, like 5, 4.
So you are familiar with the game, outside or indoors?
Both.
Both.
Yes.
So you're good. You're amazing.
Yes.
What's your number? I'm gonna keep an eye on you, man.
Number 5.
All right. Anybody you want to send a shout out to out there?
My friends out there.
How about your teammates? Don't forget your teammates. So you guys right away.
You know they're gonna get you if you don't send a shout out to the teammates, man.
And my teammates.
So right away, you guys, let's talk about your career currently with the Chicago Mustangs. So I heard you guys had the opportunity to go out at France and play in the atmosphere of PSG stadium. I saw some reels out there from the Chicago Mustangs Instagram and Facebook page. And tell me a little bit, what was it like? What experience do you guys take away from your experience right over there at France?
Well, I mean, it's a big experience because I learned so much over there that made me grow and just like made me become a better soccer player.
It made me get to know a lot of people, and overall it was just a good experience because it was like, I don't know, it was just a good experience.
And can you tell me, how did your team do in those big tournaments? Who do you guys play? Is there something you bring back that you want to change yourself, and probably what you see in the future for yourselves? What was the outcome from that big trick that you take away?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Some of the mistakes I made, I wish I could go back and redo them. Yeah, erase them and redo them better.
Great. Did you guys have a chance to go out there in the stadium, do a little tour,
yeah.
The locker rooms? Did you guys see yourselves in the future? This is something what I want. You came back, and is that something you want to do in the future? Is that something you look forward to?
Yeah, it's something that I'm looking forward to because since I was little, I was like I was saying that I was gonna become pro, and I was gonna work hard to make it.
But before you guys go take that step, make sure you get your education. Make sure you stay in school and get your degree, and then you can start playing professional ball. Yeah. In the meantime, amazing man, number 5. We're gonna be watching out for you.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna send it back to the production crew on the booth, and here we go. We're going to come back in 7 minutes for the 3rd period of play in Huffman States.
Major League Indoor Soccer.
Number 5, you're amazing, huh?
Major League Indoor Soccer.
All right, and we are back right here in Grand Sports Arena in Hoffman Estates, and we have John Williams, the assistant coach for the visiting team. Coach, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome to Chicago.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for your time and the job you and your staff do.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Coach. 3-3 at the end of two periods. I mean, did you guys expect to be up, tied up with the Chicago Mustangs at this time of the game?
Well, you know, I know that we've got some runners, we've got some players just the same way that they do, and it looks like this one's going down, right? Because it's a fast game, it's a technical game, and I think both teams are showing that they're capable of scoring at will when they're ready to go.
You know what I like about this game so far, Coach? Let me tell you, is this is not Nintendo. Obviously, if you want to play soft and don't touch me, stay home and play Nintendo. Because both teams are physical, they're going for the ball, and they are fast. I mean, they are fast. The Crusaders are fast. The Chicago Mustangs are fast, and that's what I love, and that's what we've been mentioning throughout the broadcast. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, in transition, both teams are moving. Both teams are physical, right? Both teams know that they need that next goal, right? So it's quite important that, we try to get ourselves behind the ball and try to slow them down. If we can't get behind the ball, then we got to stop them as soon as they get the ball. So that way we don't give them a chance to explode.
Is that what you tell your pupils or your players on the pitch when they're ready to get in there?
Oh yeah, they've got to make a decision. They're either staying as a group or they're all going as a group. But they can't. They got to work together, right? And for us, it's the first game. We're gonna get better, and we're gonna figure this all out.
I like that. Thank you very much, Coach. The best to you, and thank you for talking to us.
Thank you.
Anybody you want to send a shout out there in Canada?
Oh, well, I just heard my daughter's watching the game, so hello, Charisse and honey Heather. We're going to try and bring this W home for us.
There you go. Thanks again, Coach. All right, we're about. Be careful with that train. It's going to hit you. All right. We're about to begin the third period of play. I just noted this chair has got a bum leg. That's why I'm trying to stay still. And you so calm and collected over there, Teresa.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for the ref to whistle and say, let's start rolling that ball over. But first of all, I want to say, everyone, thank you so much for following this broadcast. I see that Canadian Crusaders Soccer is also following this broadcast. I want to say thank you so much, giving you guys out there a shout out, and thank you to all the staff behind the scenes that make it possible for each and single one of these players to come out from Toronto, Canada, out here to Chicago, and obviously getting them ready, getting those uniforms ready, getting the coach all the tools he needs to have his team out here and perform the way they have been tonight.
It has been very, very good game so far, and I see number 9 over there, Mr. Cooper, ready to go in there and do his thing. Is that right? Am I on the right track? Watch out, because we got a train here. All right. Just playing with the visiting team. There you go. We got the ball move on the third period of play. Toronto Crusaders with the ball. Goes on the other side. Sebastian Lopez with it. Trying to do his thing. He stopped. He shoots. And that was a header just in time by Ibarra, sending the ball to a corner kick. I can't see from my...
That is correct.
The ball. Third period of play just begun. Score 3-3. We got us a great game. We're going to have an invitation right on the table for tomorrow's game. Teresa?
That is correct. Tomorrow, once again, live from Grand Sports Arena, right here at this same location, we'll be witnessing another great match of Chicago Mustangs versus Canadian Crusaders. But guess what? Tomorrow's match will be a little bit earlier, Tico.
Yes, indeed.
And one of the main reasons it's been done because we know that they are coming from all the way to Toronto, Canada, and they have to go back home. So great opportunity for both teams to meet up once again, kind of a little revenge of whatever the outcome will be tonight.
The ball is still on the ups and ups over there on the left flank of the pitch. Toronto with it. Gonna put it in a flick. In the middle of the pitch, Rosendi's the goalie, sending that to a corner kick belonging to the Canadian Crusaders. There's the drums in the distance over there. Number 3, Jared Phillip with the ball. Passing back and forth. The goalie, Phillip, gets on the scene. Phillip again. Watch out, there's no goalie on the Cabana, but his defender does his job, Jared Phillips, and comes up with the ball. Number 17 for the Mustangs, up with it. Jose Ibarra. He's been pretty busy. If you hear in the distance a huge thump, it's me that fell off my chair. But that's part of the equation. And so is this for Chicago Mustangs. They go on the attack on the right flank. Phillip is there on defense. The goalie puts it on the pitch for number 10, Sebastian Lopez. Mustangs pick their pocket and comes up with it. Defense by the Crusaders. Kind of entertaining this game is, Teresa. Even with the train tracks, feel like I'm in a terminal.
That is correct. This game is just indoor soccer itself is very intense. It's very fast-paced. Right away, anything could happen in less than a second. We saw a couple of matches during the MLIS league, the last few games that have been going on. Very fast-paced, last-minute score changes right away. Anything could happen, Nico.
Got a player down for Toronto. The referee is asking for medical attention to go on the pitch. I feel, I don't know if you shared this thought with me, Teresa, that if you blink in one of these games, you miss a goal, you miss a great play.
Definitely, that has broadcasting experience. Usually, sometimes that is the case. Once we try and look for stats as we're doing the broadcast, sometimes in less than a second, a player scores, and then we can't see the number, and we forget right away who actually scored right away. So, I want to take this time for all of you guys are the fans of the Chicago Mustangs. Everyone could catch on the Chicago Mustangs. Latest information, statistics, news, information about their youth, their men's team, their women's team, live on their website. I want to say you guys could tune in, type in your computer MustangsProSoccer.com, and you can follow them through Instagram, Facebook, and they have the latest. I just actually saw through X great pictures from your favorite players. If you guys are not on site, not here with us in the stadium, we like to have a picture of your favorite player. You could actually go into their social media of the Chicago Mustangs and gather some live shots that currently we have a photographer right next to us. He's doing an incredible job out there and trying to get the best shots from this right match. And feel free to take a sneak peek and obviously follow the Chicago Mustangs through Instagram, to their Facebook page. They do a lot of updates and player bios, and if a lot of you guys want a little jersey or merchandise, feel free to go onto MustangsProSoccer.com, and you have the latest what you could actually purchase, events, or if you want to sponsor the team, feel free to go ahead and check it out. Chicago Mustangs does have live information. I actually love the reels. I saw a couple of videos out there that they had of every event. You have the latest news. They just had a friendly on Wednesday. I saw that it was against the first place of their Fridays League, Imperial, who probably had a great experience playing against Chicago Mustangs. Who doesn't want to play against a pro team, Tico? That's a great experience, a great lifetime experience as a soccer player.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. When you're upcoming and trying to make a name for yourself, that's the right place to go. Right now, the Crusaders are in command with the ball when we have 10 minutes and 36 seconds left on the third period of play. 3-3 is what the digital say on the wall. And we have the visiting team on the attack. I don't have that profile on the right-hand side. There's a lot of movement in here that I'm not able to see. But what I see is that the ball is going to be put in play by the red team.
That is correct. Chicago Mustangs are actually making sure they have everyone marked up, just because the intensity the Canadian Crusaders could take on a set play, especially coming from a corner.
The goalie with the ball, Philip Sendelek, sends it up there on the left-hand side of the pitch. Rolls it. 2 on defense for the Mustangs. Comes right up to number 4, Tim Mahabir. On the great attack by number 9 that I was just teasing, Mr. Cooper. He goes in there for his team. Great action on Grand Sports Arena. Right back to the goalie for the Canadian Crusaders. On the attack, rolling the ball, Daniel Chamale. Right back to the goalie. Doesn't want to keep the ball in his area, or work area rather. It gets rid of the ball. A counter attack by the Mustangs. Right flank. Great defense by the red team. Ball in the middle. Goal. Number 24. Number 24 for the Chicago Mustangs, Stefan Selenovic. That goal came just in time as I was trying to describe the offense. Ball to the middle, cross ball, and ends up at the end of the net for for Chicago.
Great timing by number 24, Stefan Selenovic, who actually comes in right in the middle, positions himself like he sees on the left side from him, number 21, Alejandro Morales, who's using support from the wall to get that pass right in the middle in time for Stefan to come right in and get ready to get that wall pass right to his legs, and takes a straight shot right through the middle of the goalkeeper, number 30, Philip Sendelek, who does not see the ball come by. Great opportunity for Chicago Mustangs, and those are the times that Chicago Mustangs must take advantage on getting the defense from Canadian Crusaders off guard and try to attack right away and get them ready for the next one.
They go one-on-one. The Toronto team comes up victorious on the last play. There's a goal. There's a goal for the Canadian Crusaders. This thing, they go up. They tied it up like now, 4-4.
Great goal by Alan Luford, who puts up a great shot, coming in straight with the ball right through to Chicago Mustang defenders, right to the foot of Mr. 23, Luford Allen, who takes it with the right foot, receives it, and takes that shot right through Resendiz. Tico, there is a match. There is a match tonight.
Oh yeah, we got ourselves a game. Marquez had not played so much today. Maybe that's a coach's decision. But Gamboa is the boss. But that's I feel that's a great player to have on the pitch for you. Number 31, Resendiz, comes out big with that defense play. Lopez for Canada. Philip, the goalie, left-hand side. Right back to number 7, Osman Hussein. It's a great give and go. Resendiz doing a great job as always at goalie for the Chicago Mustangs. There's a pass on the wall. Center. got a little inches on that ball that ends up in the net.
What a great play right now we just saw from number 8, Gabriel Jurado, who receives the ball right behind the center field and goes right through 3 players from the Canadian Crusaders using the left side, using the wall pass to himself, and unfortunately does the center passing but does not complete the shot, his teammate. But you know what, that tells you how incredible and how fast the agility of this player from Chicago Mustangs, Gabriel Jurado, who actually says, I am here tonight. And I want to let you know, Tico, that Gabriel Jurado is actually the top scorer at this moment for the Chicago Mustangs with only 4 goals to begin with, and this is only the second match. This is a very, very good soccer player who's been using his technique, his speed to gain the ball, and builds up so much confidence once he has the ball on his feet and dribbles right through not 1 but 2 but 3 but 4 players from the Canadian Crusaders team.
Crescendes comes up big on that play. Marquez with the ball for the Chicago Mustangs. That's the player, I think, on my humble opinion, that can make the difference for the home team. Right back to Marquez on his own side of the pitch. There's a shot. Wide left. Mustangs right on the attack. Number 21 asking for the ball, but they decide to go with number 31, Marquez. Dribbles the ball. There's a shot! A hard shot! He was all by his lonesome self, and he said, why not? Let me put this ball right in there. Goal by number 27, Jorge Ochoa, for the Chicago Mustangs.
What a great pass from number 31 using the wall. Marquez uses the wall right to the feet of number 27, Jorge Ochoa, who right away places it right into the goal. Actually, that was a hard angle coming from very deep on the left side, and he was out there trying to almost caught off balance, but was ready to score with the left foot. And this is goal number 2 of tonight for Jorge Ochoa, número 27.
Teresa, we got to pay some bills.
MLIS, Major League Indoor Soccer.
All right, welcome back. We got 5 minutes, Teresa, in 35 seconds, 30 now, after that timeout. Toronto on the attack. Mustangs are doing a great job defending. I gotta say something though. The Crusaders came to play. They didn't just want to cross the border and say, let's go play with the snow in Chicago.
very impressive, Tico. In reality, I give a major props because they came in this morning, meaning they had to wake up really early to get on their transportation, to get all the way to Hoffman Estates through the snow and still manage to come and give us a great game tonight. Currently playing a spectacular match. They are down by 1 point and they're still running. I don't see anything being they're not being affected by coming in today during the transportation. Usually, you know, their legs are either tired or, you know, something they call jet lag, right? But, you know, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and following your team, whether it's Canadian Crusaders or the Chicago Mustangs. And to update you a little bit, today Chicago Mustangs are leading 5-4 against the Canadian Crusaders. The 5 goals have been scored by Gabriel Jurado, number 8. Stefan Slanovich, number 24, 2 goals by Jorge Ochoa, and 1 goal Eduardo Nava, number 34. And on the Crusaders side, goals have been scored by Raheem Rose, Lelford Allen, number 7, Osman Hussein, and obviously number 16, Eugene. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're enjoying this game as much as we are. A very intense game. Both teams are throwing out there as much as they can, trying to finish off the third quarter. There's only 3 minutes left. Both teams are trying to look for those empty spaces, whether it's driving the ball right through the wide sides of this field. Both sides are trying to look for the empty space through the middle, but both have done a good work defensively, both Chicago Mustangs and the Crusaders. And well, I also want to give you guys a shout out there, HX823, who's enjoying the game, who always has been following the broadcast, as well as Jim Spillhalter, who's following us all the way from Florida. Thank you so much. And Charles Brown, who's also tuning in and obviously has, hopefully the crunch can fill that venue. Great job out there. Yes, we're wishing every single venue out there. This is a great league that is making another impact into this season, the Major League Indoor Soccer, that you could also follow by www.mlispro.com.
There's a goal. There's a goal by the Canadian Crusaders. And now, coach is just looking at me like, I told you so. I told you so. I love that. I told you so. That I think of Mr. John Williams over there just peeking on the left side. That is the coach we had when we came back after the break, which is great. Now, we got ourselves a game. I mean, I've been saying that since the beginning, but both teams came to Grand Sports Arena to play, not with the snow, to play a great game, and they're proving it, and the scores prove it. So much so that Jose Resendiz comes with new real estate, leaving his cabana over there all lonesome. Marquez with the ball. You get it stolen. Pickpocket, be careful. Resendiz comes up with the ball, and he's not going to lend it to Canada. Get your own, he says. I heard him.
Yeah, those two errors in the back that we just witnessed, those are errors that Chicago Mustangs cannot allow, especially in the back, because we have seen that Canadian Crusaders take advantage of every opportunity they have. They always have a player floating around on the field that usually is not in one certain zone, but floating around on certain sides. So we need to make sure that player who's like playing more of a floater around the field gets covered by defense and keep it an eye view. But you know, usually the Chicago Mustangs do a great job out in the back. We know the talent. We know that the commander for the Chicago Mustangs, when he comes in, is always available. And obviously I'm talking about Luis Marquez, that I mentioned earlier, that his experience we could see calming the game down, not necessarily using his speed, but rather his smart play, his intelligence of knowing how to dribble the ball, using his technique and looking for those smart passes and those smart spaces to his teammates.
Right now, Sebastian Lopez puts it in play for his team. I noticed something that Chicago was dropping bombs from third, 3/4 of the field, which is great strategy that I think Gamboa sent them to do. If I'm not mistaken, I could be, very well be. But right now, the Crusaders go on the offense by Lopez. Lopez puts the air brakes on. The goalie is going to try his luck, but hits it below and puts it up in the rafters.
That is the end of the third quarter, ladies and gentlemen. We have just ended the third quarter with a tie. Chicago Mustangs currently has 5 points and Canadian Crusaders has 5. Thank you so much. We're coming into the fourth quarter in just in a few minutes while we grab something to get adjusted. We're going to be right back. Please stay tuned.
Yes, Major League Indoor Soccer.
And we are back. Fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. Grand Sports Arena is where the action is originating, beg your pardon. We got ourselves a game. 5-5. 5-5. And we got a photographer in front of us that he thinks he's made out of glass. I can see right through you, bro. I can see right through you. It's all good, man. It's all good. All right, man. Likewise. I love it. Mustang is going to put that ball in play. Number 21. Did I tell you the score? 5-5. 5-5. That is starting the fourth period of play. Who would have thunk it?
Yes, I would not have expected throughout the whole match, every quarter they're doing a comeback. It's either Chicago Mustangs comes back or the Canadian Crusaders come back.
Look at this, look at it, he stole the ball, When I saw the box, there's a penalty, but the referee said, no, play on. Sorry, Teresa. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a great match. Tico, look at this, coming back and counter-attacking. Chicago Mustangs trying to look up for the great opportunity to get back and trying to take an error from the defense, but this is a back-to-back, and this came in strong. Both teams, it feels like there was something in that water for both teams to come out speeding up and playing very aggressive.
We got a player down for Toronto right in front of our broadcast booth. Sebastian Lopez, number 10. He's being held by his counterpart, Sergi.
For those of you who are tuning in, just letting you know that both teams are part of the North Conference of the MLIS, and currently the standings, we have in first place Lansing, followed by Chicago Mustangs, Pittsburgh, Rockford, Toronto, Cleveland, and Fort Wayne Summit City. And remember, there's some of these teams have not yet had the same amount of games played, so that's why not to worry out there. But currently the Chicago Mustangs are in the second place. Depending on today's outcome, that could change, but remember, all the teams have not yet played the same amount of games.
Talking to the assistant coach, to Mr. Gamboa Correa, he said before the game, obviously, that this game was very crucial. His words, not mine, for the Chicago Mustangs.
That is correct. This would be the second match for the Chicago Mustangs. Tomorrow will be their third match against, once again, Canadian Crusaders. They're taking advantage of them being here, coming into Hoffman Estates in this great Grand Sports Arena. What a place, a great place where not only you could watch a great game of indoor soccer, but also there's clubs, there's a restaurant with great food. I think last weekend, I'm actually looking forward to the food after this match, because last match we were here against Rockford Thunder. We had Chicago Mustangs invite us to take a taste a little bit about what they serve. I actually love the tacos. I don't know what you like about that, Tico.
I did. I had the quesadillas. And I think I'm going to do it again today, right after the game. But we got a game going on when there's 12 minutes and 47 seconds left in it. And it's a great game. Now, Toronto's goalie trying to shoot it. I mean, he does shots it.
Yeah, a great back and forth game. I mean, this is where you see how physically each team is, how the running, how prepared they are. I'm going to give major kudos to their trainers, their physical trainers, because, you know, it has a lot to do with the coaching staff getting them prepared for a high-speed, intense match. The
cardio.
Yes.
The cardio that these athletes endure. He wishes he can have that back, because Jason Alvarado was all along with Jose Resendiz, but that's in the rear view mirror, and this is now Jose Resendiz puts it in play, 3/4 of the pitch, up forward, hit it. Now the action on the right-hand side of the pitch, the oval pitch of Grand Sports Arena. 11 minutes and 45 seconds left on the fourth period of play. Little rispity play over there, but nothing big, nothing dirty. All part of the game. Mustangs, Marquez scoops it up. Crusaders defending. There's a whistle on the play. There's a yellow card. Who's that for? One of the Mustangs player. Can't see who that is. It's a yellow card. I believe it's for one of the Mustangs players, Teresa. Toronto with the ball. Sebastian Lopez. Try to put something together. Again, Lopez on the play. Scoops it up on the left-hand side of the pitch. Jose Resendiz right there, and then he says, mia, 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 which means mine, mine, mine. The ball is all mine.
What a great save by Jose Resendiz. Right away, he's positioned himself very focused, keeping an eye on that ball every single time and moves side to side on the field, making sure he is ready for any opportunity that the Canadian Crusaders try to take on him. But if for those that are tuning in, currently we have the score where Chicago Mustangs are 5 and the Canadian Crusaders are also with 5. And just for you guys out there who can't distinguish who's playing on the pitch, we have Chicago Mustangs in navy blue and the Canadian Crusaders in all red.
We got Marquez bringing down a Crusader player, number 23, and that precipitated the whistle. Alan Leaford was brought down, and there's a foul on the play. Number 16 for the red team, Eugene, is going to shoot that 3 on the wall. Jose Resendiz directing traffic back there. Here we go. Eugene shoots, goes low on the play. Lopez couldn't concentrate on it because he lost track of where the ball was.
A game that turned in a little bit more intense. We have 10 more minutes into the fourth quarter, and at this time we have both teams giving it all, making changes right away and looking for the opportunity to get the score up ahead for each of their teams. But here, this is where it's very important, Tico. It's a mentality game as well. It's a mental game in which they need to focus. They need to not worry about how much more time there is to try and pressure their own teammates, pressure themselves and trying to get ready and trying to pressure themselves to try and get that goal when it is possible, because sometimes, Rigo, that could go against yourself as well, where you could start making errors, just losing focus and feel the adrenaline.
When you were describing the action, the referee put up a card to the Mustangs bench, so that was happening. In the meantime, the Mustangs, they got to be aware what the red players are, or the ones wearing red, because they are really on top of the Mustangs players every time they handle the ball. When we got 9 minutes and 41 seconds left on the fourth period of play. Such as that. Eugene is going to shoot. There's a kind of short discussion between the Toronto players. Daniel Chamale, he wants to take it. Eugene said, okay, you do. 3 on the wall. Resendiz over there on his caban. Yeah, there you go. There was a kind of hesitation, or was that prescribed? Hard to say, but the play was consumed. Chamale to Eugene, was brought down, but he springs right up.
Eugene, number 16 for the Canadian Crusaders in red, has been a very key player tonight. His ability, his agility, his fast pace, and also control of the ball and knowing when to filter that ball straight to the spaces between Chicago Mustangs defenders has been amazing this night for the Canadian Crusaders. And on the other side by Chicago Mustangs, every single player connecting. And obviously, as I mentioned earlier, Gabriel Jurado, who has had a heck of a game tonight, being that leader, that top scorer for the Chicago Mustangs, has also been making a lot of appearances, not only as offensive but also defensively, helping out his teammates in the back line. You know, an amazing player for the Chicago Mustangs.
The ball goes back and forth with the tremendous velocity, and Jose Resendiz scoops it up, gives it to Ibarra. Ibarra right away to his team player, Sergi. Resendiz goes up. Marquez. Left leg, left foot shot. Lopez on the attack. Scoops it up. 3 toes to the right. Oh my dear Lord, these players don't give up, and I love it. I love the action back and forth. I don't give you an inch, you won't either. This is like in boxing when there was 15 rounds and we're in the 14. I mean, it's a wrong sport, but
I don't know you, Tico, but this has been the fastest match that I've witnessed. Time has been flying, but a lot has to do with the back and forth between these two teams, and obviously the score. Either team is up, and the other one goes ahead and catches up. You know, both teams are having a great match today. Both very, very compact, very intense, playing a different style of play, and obviously two teams that are coming in that statistically at this point it hasn't made much of a difference between two teams. It's actually how they come out to play tonight.
Oh my God, Resendez came out big on that play, negating Toronto of that goal. I mean, these two teams, I'll say it again and again and again and again and again, they're not giving each other nothing. They got to earn it. And would you say, Teresa, that they have a similar style of play? Would you venture to say that, or am I somewhere on left field on that comment?
No, you're absolutely correct, Tico.
Well, thank you so much. Philip, the goalie for Toronto with the ball. Just tell him, yes, he'll go away. Philip with the ball. Invading Mustang territory! Goal number 22, Raheem Rose came out big with that shot. And there's a timeout on the pitch. And Toronto goes up 6-5 with 6 and 8 seconds left. Are we paying bills or we're not paying bills?
What a great goal by number 22, Raheem Rose. This would be his second to this match. And what a celebration. Very unique, doing the warm right at the corner. And his teammates, pumping his teammates up, and very motivated after that one shot. Canadian Crusaders are up by 1 goal. Whole score is 6, Chicago Mustangs 5, and this will still have 6 minutes into the fourth quarter. Tico, what do you see? We see both teams out there. We have the coaches very focused, giving them the last instructions before they head back into what seems to be a very intense game. Both looking for the victory, for that win. We'll see what happens. It's going to reflect whatever the coach has them to giving them right now. We'll give them. We're going to be able to see that right on the field.
All right. So that's where the thought about being made out of glass comes from.
Yeah,
I bet we're about to get started.
It's more about having a big head. I'm doing all these things, so my head's getting bigger and bigger. I just block everybody,
Watch out! Don't float away, bro. All right. What was that, Teresa?
We're just getting started. Both teams are right back on the field. The referee just placed the ball right in the middle of the pitch.
All right, action renews. Jose Resendez with the ball. Right to Ibarra. Five minutes and 50 seconds left. A golden opportunity wasted by the home team. Goalie comes out. Philip. Chase traps it. There's a foul on the play. Ibarra and his counterpart giving each other looks which don't mean anything. It's all part of the game. Resendez. puts the ball in play. Number 11 goes on the attack. He's lonesome self. There's a cross and puts the ball in the net of Chicago Mustangs goal. Jose Resendez, number 11, Andrea Schifano.
Schifano, who actually just came in as a new signing, coming from all the way from University of Toronto, makes an appearance. This duo, dynamic duo between him, Andrea Schifano, and Mehdi Isalsi, number 18 from the Crusaders, actually just had briefly, not a few days ago, the new signing. They are both winners of the Ontario Gold, and as we know, the head coach mentioned something very particular, is that they just came from a tournament, a 1v1 tournament, in which they also had the opportunity to play with Lionel Messi out there. But you know what? Great opportunity, great experience from them, and we see a little bit of them back tonight and making that impact just by scoring one goal, putting up his team. Canadian Crusaders 7, Chicago Mustangs 5. There's only 4 more minutes, Tico. Let's see what the Chicago Mustangs get right back onto this game.
Time, don't wait for anybody. Toronto took full advantage of that and went ahead on the scoreboard. There's a shot right on the glass. Marquez with the ball for Chicago Mustangs. Right on defense for Toronto's number 3 with Marquez. Fighting for regain control of that ball. Eugene on the ball. Speaking of the ball, to Philip Sendelek, the goalie. Chest trapped it, brings it down. Number 8, Marquez. And there's a little change of personnel. Not a little, a huge change of personnel. Timeout. Timeout call on the field.
What a great match. What a great match we're viewing. There's only 4 more minutes left of the fourth quarter. Currently we have Canadian Crusaders up the score by 7 points, while Chicago Mustangs has only 5 up in the score. But here we go. We have Armando Gamboa giving some instructions. We see him doing some set plays on the whiteboard, giving him instructions while they tell him they have to play a little bit more on the offensive part, attack the Canadian Crusaders, not worry so much of playing defense. There's only 4 more minutes left. 4 more minutes, Tico. This is where I believe Chicago Mustangs need to take care of the score, first of all, but also take opportunity every single time the Canadian Crusaders lose the ball or commit an incomplete pass. They need to catch on and counterattack as soon as they can. This is something that is possible in indoor soccer, Tico. It only takes 2 minutes, 1 minute if focused and do the smart plays. We know the capacity of the Chicago Mustangs when they are under these circumstances. We've seen them before. We've seen them in the past. The Chicago Mustangs know how to deal with this kind of pressure, and we hope to see it tonight.
Would it be the possibility that Gamboa, the head coach for the Chicago Mustangs, can put a 6 attacker to counter the Toronto Crusaders? But on the same token, I'm contradicting myself with the question because the Crusaders are very explosive on the pitch.
That is correct, and right now an interesting situation here. It seems like the Canadian Crusaders just changed their goalkeeper. Actually, Chicago Mustangs, Chicago Mustangs changed their goalkeeper. Unfortunately, we cannot see the number of the goalkeeper or the soccer player who just threw in a long sleeve right on top of the number. Unfortunately, I can't see that. As the minute I have that information for you.
That's the 6 attacker I was mentioning. That's a field player. That's a field player for Chicago. That's exactly what I was talking about. So Armando Gamboa decided to go with the 6 attacker. So he benched Jose Resendez in order to gain an attacker. Here we go. The clock doesn't stop for anybody. In the meantime, Toronto is on the attack. Six attacker on the scene. Chicago Mustangs. Marquez with the ball. Scoops it up. It's a break on the pitch. Marquez feeds the ball up there. Hits it up to his goalie, Philip Sendelak. Marquez brings it down, puts it to sleep, and right away makes a cross to his fellow player, Gabriel Jurado. Mustangs on the attack, playing that wall. On the far left, Marquez decides to go short with the play. Cross ball. Crusaders defending on the attack. Left hand side, Lopez. Okay. Canada right now, the Canadians are trying to bring down the intensity of the game or put the ball in the freezer. In the meantime, they go on the attack. Marquez on the defense along with the six attacker acting as an attacker, as a goalie as well. There you go, Lopez dribbling the ball, plays it up against the glass. A little too far for his teammate. He goes on the attack. There's Eugene, number 16 for the Crusaders, acting as a defender. 1 minute, 50 seconds left on play. The fans are trying to drum up some support. Lopez. It's a fight for the ball. Marquez go down. No, Lopez goes up. He left the ball there. Be careful. Marquez. Shoulder to shoulder. Pass it up to the sixth attacker. Marquez asking for the ball. Decides to go with his counterpart, number 8, Gabriel Jurado, for the Chicago Mustangs. Marquez puts the ball up there. Again. 52 seconds left. Ball out of play.
What intense game, Tico. This
yes,
is
indeed.
53 seconds left to this fourth quarter, ending of the game pretty soon. Let's see what Chicago Mustangs. These are very crucial seconds. Chicago Mustangs is known to do a comeback. Let's see if that comes in tonight.
There you go, Toronto, with the few seconds they have left on this game. Goes on the attack by Mr. Cooper. Sends it in for the Crusaders. Scores again on the right side on an off-balance shot, which ends with the score for the visiting team.
Yeah, very hard angle from where he took it, right, very close to the corner kick area. Hard angle and a great shot right past the goalkeeper at this moment. Canadian Crusaders are 8. Chicago Mustangs are 5.
Yes, indeed, we are living the last seconds of this great game. Brought to you by Allen Technology, originating the signal for the Major League Indoor Soccer from Grand Sports Arena in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. There's a long throw, which is brought up by the Chicago Mustangs that go on the attack, but the Crusaders come up with that ball. Watch out. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And there's the quacker. All right.
Final score for tonight. That's the ending of tonight's match between Chicago Mustangs and Canadian Crusaders. Final score, Chicago Mustangs 5, Canadian Crusaders 8. We want to thank you, everyone out there who reached this live broadcast. Thank you so much for tonight and all those comments. Thank you for being part of tonight's match as well. Please come back. Remember, tomorrow there is one last match for this week between the Chicago Mustangs and the Canadian Crusaders, live tomorrow, Sunday at 1 p.m. And if you have time, feel free to come back and visit us here live and watch the game at Grand Sports Arena. One more time, thank you so much. And this is all for tonight. Thank you and have a great night.
Over and out. Good night.
Major League Indoor Soccer.